happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
My mic is going to keep cutting in and out. That's just what's going to happen today, I suppose. But what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco, here with my brother from another mother, Big Game James. And we back with another one, Best of Enemies. James, what's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Just dealing with y'all.
That's the best way to put it. We knew one of us was going to have to deal with this, right? We knew one or the other was going to have to deal with all the other fans. And, luckily for me, at least it's you.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like I said, congratulations. Y'all played a hell of a game. Y'all got to go against Josh Johnson. Great way to go out. Josh Johnson, that's a great way to go out. But y'all still did y'all thing, man. Y'all played it. Y'all played the way y'all supposed to. Jalen Hurts wasn't on his game, in my opinion, but y'all played it smartly. Y'all went to the run game. Y'all wore them down, like I told you, to go after them in the run game, attack Bosa, and they did those type of things, and you won the game, and you're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, look, Eagles fans are excited. We're obviously excited. We should be excited. But I told you before we got on here, I wanted to say a little something for our newest of haters. Apparently, we have a new rivalry brewing. San Francisco 49ers fans are not happy with us. They're not happy with the NFL, apparently. Everything was rigged. We didn't play their real team, apparently. Like, I have never heard so many excuses in my life about a loss. And I will say this. As an Eagles fan, right? I don't like Dallas Cowboys fans, right? We always argue on here. That's
Your mic went out.
Pissing me off. We're going with the headphones for now. It is what it is. We're going to get, because I'm passionate right now. But no, I've heard so many times Cowboys fans upset and make it, they say why they lost. But never in my life have I heard so many excuses. We took their quarterback out. All right, he didn't end up coming to the game and get the flu. No, Hassan Reddick went over there and ate that man's lunch. He took his lunch money. Our defense was just too dominant for their offense. Their defense was great. Their defense at the end of the day held our offense to a certain extent. Obviously, towards the end, we were able to get stuff going. But I'm so tired of the excuses. We're here. We're in this. You said it yourself. We played how we were supposed to play. We played the opponent in front of us, and we won. So all I have to say, I know that you guys hate San Fran. I know that, Dallas and San Fran is a huge rivalry because of the history, right? But I just want to let San Fran fans know right now, we don't give a damn about you guys. Like, we are over you guys. We got into Nick Bosa's head. We got into Joey Bosa's head, and now we're over it. It's no longer for us. It was a game that we had to win. We aren't your rivals. We aren't your, we don't care about you anymore. This was a game we had to win. We went out and did that, and that's it. Stop hitting me in my inbox talking about you got lucky. Ain't nobody got lucky, all right? We are the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're better than you this year. Just enjoy that. Embrace that. Like it. Love it. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Because I was just so tired of hearing how lucky we got. And look, we went out there and played a damn game. We went out there and played our damn game. So I'm tired of it. I just wanted to get that off my chest. I just wanted to get that off my chest. Because it's not even Cowboys fans that are really pissing me off right now, which is the crazy thing. I can see Cowboys fans being upset, and talking that talk and saying, because at the end of the day, we didn't get to settle the score. Me and you have said this time and time again. It felt like a wash throughout the year. I felt like the Cowboys and the Eagles were the two teams that were supposed to play. You guys had a bad game, and even San Francisco 49ers are even saying you guys gave them that game more so than they won it. So look, at the end of the day, San Fran fans need to just chill the hell out. Go after and try and get Tom Brady out of retirement or whatever the hell they're going to do now. Just stop. You had a good run. You should be proud of your team, and that's where it ends. But see, I already got Cowboys fans in here saying that I'm lucky. I'll let y'all know I'm hot today. I'm hot today. I'm running hot today. We in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, James. I'm usually calm. I don't care. We in the Super Bowl. Y'all ain't telling me nothing. But look, let's talk about
I feel you. I feel you. I ain't saying nothing. You see me just sitting here chilling. I'm just sitting here smiling. It'll be the same way. I don't care what nobody would tell me. I don't care what nobody would say to me. Lucky, unlucky, I wouldn't care. We in the Super Bowl. You watching. So shut up. That's how I would feel, and that's how I would talk to people. Anybody who says something to me, I'm like, we in the Super Bowl. Shut up. And I would say that to everybody. Now you see why I can't stand San Francisco more than you guys. Now you see why I told you I can't stand the San Francisco 49ers, because when you got to understand, we played them like all the time since the 70s. It's been a rival, and they always made excuses in the 90s. And whenever we beat them, it's always something, dog. And like I said, they were the pretty boys. The way they put up Dallas like we're the pretty boys and everybody want to beat us. No, it's them Niners. Them Niners are the pretty boys, and we are the guys that are gritty with them, and we don't care about them. We don't like them, and I can't stand them. So as I said before, congratulations, you guys are in two in the last 5 years. That's damn good. Doing your damn thing. I can't hate on that. We're gonna probably talk more about the dynamic of Harry Rosen, because Jerry Jones came out and said some old goofy stuff. But at the end of the day, like I said, you did your damn thing, and I ain't got to worry about them Niners. They can say all they want, but y'all stuck on 5 with us.
Yeah, and they suck. They suck this year. At least y'all gave us a fight, right? I could sit here and talk junk and say, Hurts wasn't in. And it's true, it might have been a little bit of a different game had Hurts been in. Same thing we could say with the first game. But you guys at least gave us a fight. At least it was kind of close. Like these boys, they I knew the game was over by the first drive. Like once we took Purdy out, everything ended. The sails just went out of or the wind went out of their sails. Excuse me. They gave up. Like they're soft. I really have no respect. And shout out to the people that I do know. I had like Jason Aponte on. He's a good dude. Eric Crocker is a good dude. All those they all good dudes. They my boys. I got nothing but love for them. But man, screw your team, bro. Yeah, they soft, bro. They soft. Brock Purdy is soft to me. Fred Warner's wife is soft to me. Like all them dudes and all that team. San Fran gets no love from me until San Fran beats me again. Nope, they got no love from me. I have no respect for them. The way that they took this loss, it was just corny to me. I've never been told I've been so lucky to win an NFC championship game. It's just crazy. It's wild. But I get it now. I definitely get it. You said it. I definitely get it now.
Like I said, I told you I don't like dealing with them. They always run their mouths. They always talk trash. I feel like they talk more trash to Cowboys fans for real. I feel like they do it more than anybody. And I'm just like, hey, I'm glad y'all sitting. So like I said, y'all can talk all y'all want, but y'all still stuck on 5. Y'all went to the Super Bowl before us, yep, but y'all still stuck on 5. Yeah, y'all went to them championship games before us, but guess what? You're still on 5, and I don't give a hell about it. So just shut up, and that's what I feel about it. You didn't get 6 yet, and trust me, when I deal with Steeler fans, the first thing they say against us, I can't even argue with them. First thing they say is 6. I don't say nothing to them. All they say is 6, 6, 6, and that's what the Niners fans would do to me. 6, 6. We got 6. It don't matter. We got 6, and I'm glad I don't have to hear that. Yeah, y'all might win, and y'all can say y'all got 2, and that's dope. But we still got 5, and it don't matter if they're 100 years old. It's still more, and that's what I feel in my heart. That if the shoes were on the other side, y'all would say the same thing to me. Okay, y'all got 2, you still got 5, fool.
Facts. It's the truth. And it's funny because I was talking to my girl yesterday. I think we were talking about this, and I was like, "Look, if we win this year, that's 2 in 5 years, right? I'm gonna talk my talk to James. But if we win a couple more, we got time to catch up in my lifetime. So in the best of enemies' lifetime, if we catch up, James, you know you catching up.
I hope I'm not want to be here doing. I don't even want to deal with that. I feel like we kind of cursed the way Jerry does things, and even with the Jimmy Johnson thing, just I hope we ain't no curse where we just got good teams and we just fail every year, because low key it'll just be feeling like that. But like I said, when we talk about, I'm just going to jump in it right now, just talking about why you guys are in there. 5 years, 2 times. 2017, you guys. 2016, you didn't have a good record. And then you flipped it in 2017. You made some shrewd free agent moves. I remember when you got what's the receiver that you got, Alshon Jeffrey. Torrey Smith was a speedster. You got Nick Foles. Y'all bagged up. You got Chris Long, that I felt like he was still a good player. when he left, and I thought he was a key ingredient on your team. And you guys just kind of went all out. You came with the coach, y'all did good in the draft, and boom, there it was. You feel what I'm saying? So, and then, you fall off a little bit, come right back, but the aggressiveness, and I said, that's the thing that's key to me. Y'all stayed, Howie Roseman always stayed aggressive, and he always stayed very aggressive. And I feel like when you stay aggressive, things happen for you. When you get conservative, you won't win. I just don't feel that. I don't feel like conservative people win. I feel like aggressive people win. And yes, you will catch losses when you're aggressive, but I feel like you're going to win more than you lose when you're aggressive, and you're smart when you're aggressive. When you're conservative, you don't want to jump out there and take that chance, because you don't want to take that chance. It hinders you, and I feel like it becomes a maybe identity of the team. And just when Jerry Jones said, we're in the middle, I kind of like it there, but I'll take a risk. No, you sounding goofy. It just sounds like you're scared now. It just sounds like you're scared to do things, because you're looking at other teams like the Rams and Eagles like, oh yeah, they did it, but man, if they missed, I mean, you did it though, Jerry. You missed. I mean, so you came into the Dallas Cowboys being a very aggressive owner. And that's how you won your championships, being very aggressive. And I was never mad at Jerry when he went out and tried to get players, and maybe he oversigned them, and it may have cost him. I never got mad at that, because that told me he was always trying to win. He was always, okay, well, you know what? I swung and missed, but I'm trying. And that's what people respect, in my opinion. People respect when you at least are trying to go out there and do it. I feel like right now, and I've said this, and I feel like it's come full circle now, Joe, that I said this, that they have that excuse, well, we have young players, so if we don't win, and I've said this numerous times, so if we don't win, we're okay for the future. And that's what I heard him say. So I know what the hell I'm talking about when I say that, because I said this numerous times. They use that excuse to get the young players. So if they swing and miss, or if they don't make it in the playoffs, they say, well, we're young. We're not in crap hell. We're good. And that's the easy fallback, and make the easy excuse of why you don't make it. And it makes it easier for when you fail. You get what I'm saying? It makes it a hidden excuse, and I don't like that. And like I said, conservative nature doesn't win, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you paint the picture that way, because far too often, especially this off season, or this season, I should say, it's almost like well, you went out there and went all in. Of course, you're supposed to win. Look, it doesn't always work. Like you said, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you go out there and you shoot your shot, you're aggressive, and it's not the perfect scenario, but sometimes it does. And there has to be some type of. I was in an argument with somebody earlier about our coach, and Julian Love, safety for the Giants, who's we've heard a lot of feelings this season. Like it seems like we've really upset a lot of people. But Julian Love was on TV talking about how Nick Sirianni's basically got a free ride because the team's so good, blah, 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 blah. I remember the Eagles having a dream team, right? I remember a lot of good teams being very good during the regular season and not doing anything in the playoffs. So it does come down to obviously taking those shots in the free agency, and it also comes down to your coaching. And I say that to say this, because something happened with the Dallas Cowboys that I don't think me or you probably would have. I know you guys were hoping it. I don't know if you guys would have really called that it would happen, but Kellen Moore is now on the outs. Obviously Sean Payton is now, I believe, going to be with the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. Or who did he took a job with somebody?
With the Broncos.
Broncos. There we go. So he's with the Broncos. What type of guy are you looking for at that offensive coordinator position? And I also kind of heard that Mike McCarthy might be the one actually calling plays. Is that true? But yeah, what type of guy are you looking for at OC?
Well, I mean, I feel like it's going to have to match up with Mike McCarthy's philosophy. I mean, he's the one that's going to be calling the plays this year, and I want him to call the plays. It's almost like he's saying that I want to coach Dak. Good. I want you to coach him too. I said we got to get the remnants of the Jason Garrett era in there. It was Scott Linehan. It was Kellen Moore. With Jason Garrett. It was that little tree. And I felt like, what up, boss Cowboys, my dog. But I was saying that, if we're going to see this is still going to be the same thing with Kellen Moore next year. A whole lot of offense, be a lot of points, but is it really going to get over the hump the next year? So I felt like that just ran its course. So I wanted to see something different. So I just feel like if he's going to get an offensive coordinator, it's going to be with his philosophy, his mindset, and it's going to be with him. I don't have the name in mind. Some people would throw out Brian Schottenheimer. I don't know anything about that. And there's a couple of interviews always anyway. But like I said, to me, Kellen Moore is gone. I feel like Kellen Moore is going to do good in San Diego. I do. I feel like he's going to do it good with Justin Herbert. I feel like they're going to be okay. I mean, I'm not hating, but I do want to see what Mike McCarthy can do with Dak Prescott. He's done it before with Aaron Rodgers. He's won a championship with Aaron Rodgers. He's been a veteran in calling plays. I don't care how long it's been since he's done it. Once you've done it, you've done it. So let's go. Let's do it. Let's see what's going on right here, because to me it'll be no more excuses.
Yeah, and shout out to, like you said, Boss Cowboy. He's cool. I like him. He's funny. But he said, does Philly feel disrespected? Hell yeah. I think that we should. I think all the way from the top to the bottom, I really do feel like the Eagles have been disrespected this whole playoffs. I think, yes, we've been.
The reason why, Joe, and I talked to you about it, and like I said, I wasn't hating, but people probably saying what I'm saying. You got the Giants. That was a great draw. You feel me? But y'all handled y'all business and got the number 1 seed and were able to get that. So you can't fight that. But you did play the Giants. We didn't think the Giants were going to win that game. It was, deep down inside, even when I said it to you, like, Giants were going to win that damn game. And then even when we talked on the Best of Innings podcast, I said that I was going to beat the Niners, even with Brock Purdy. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as he went out, Josh Johnson, you know what I mean? It's over. Once Johnson comes in, it's over. That dude, Yoda Black, he's a funny person.
Yoda Black, he going in. I'm cool with it though, because you got a lot of Cowboys fans in here talking about we're gonna get blown out and all this stuff. I don't like that.
Hey. I want to definitely see it. That's gonna be definitely a good game. I mean, honestly, I want to see the Eagles defense play against a real quarterback. I don't feel like Daniel Jones was, a threat. I'm sorry. This is not no hate. If somebody jump out there and say it's hate, then you just mad. Okay, just get over it. Real talk. Josh Johnson's played with 13 NFL teams. Really? Come on, he's good. And Brock Purdy was a rookie, 7th rounder. Yes, he had Purdy magic, but it was that team around him, in my opinion, and it was eventually. I think it was going to happen regardless. So, I mean, let's see you against some Patrick Mahomes. I think that you guys got a good defense, but yeah, let's see you against Pat Mahomes. He's going to be able to stress that defense. He's going to be able to put pressure on you guys. It's going to be a test. So yeah, I definitely want to be able to see this. I'm not saying who's going to win, who's going to lose, but I definitely think it's going to be a test for your defense, and he's going to be able to keep them in the game the whole time.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping on Mahomes at all, especially with Andy Reid. I'm not sleeping on either one of them individually, and then you put them together, it's a scary match. And then obviously you got Travis Kelce. They have dogs. Chris Jones. I don't know who I said, Chris Johnson. They about to bring him back, running back. But they got a good running back, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They got a squad. Don't get me wrong. I think that we match up well against them, but I'm not as confident as I am. Even going into the 49ers game, I told you when I was 100%, I didn't know who they were. Watching them play you guys made me feel a little bit more comfortable about what we could do against them. But I can't really look at any teams. Like, I can't look at the Bengals and be like, oh, we are head and shoulders above them. We never played them. So I don't really know. This is going to be it's obviously going to be a good test. It's the Super Bowl, but this is going to really show how good this team is. I'll say this. If the Eagles go out there and blow these boys out, this might be one of the best teams we've seen in a while. And I think that that's fair to say. We had some bad games, right? We obviously lost the 2 games without our quarterback. We lost 1 game with our quarterback. Not the prettiest of games. But when you look at the body of work, and especially, like I said, if we're able to go in there and, handle the Chiefs, I can't think of a more dominant playoff run in the past 5-6 years. I can't really, even the Eagles 2017 run, we were kind of in a close game and kind of got lucky a couple times against the Falcons. So the other games were kind of blowouts. Obviously, the Super Bowl wasn't. So I can't really think, is there a season that you can think of, or playoffs that you can think of, that if the Eagles continue this domination, that was a more dominant run than the Eagles are having right now.
Oh, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that, Joe. I can't give you that,
You don't think
dog.
this is one of the most dominant runs?
I don't, because the teams you played. I mean, if you play some tougher team, if the Giants weren't a tough team, I said they were suspect all year, bro. Like even them getting
But
in
if we
the.
played tougher teams, we would have had to be worse, right? I
But
mean,
it's
that's kind of how it works.
here's the thing, y'all really didn't dominate the Niners until really they offense really couldn't do anything because really, and if people were jumping in there, I'm a listen because I've been looking at the comments and I can't remember your names, but I'm definitely listening to when you said, when I said Hurts was sus, yes, he was playing suspect in that game. You can't tell me he wasn't. He was 15 of 25 for like 140 yards. He was missing open throws. That defense was putting pressure on him. They switched to the run game. He had 11 runs. I think you had two other running backs that had at least 11 or more runs in that game. So y'all switched and went to the run game. So I didn't say he was a suspect quarterback, but he played suspect in that game. So you can't tell me he didn't. And if you did, then you're going to just tell me you're one of those Homer Eagle fans and you just blinded by that. And that's fine. You're just a Homer Eagle fan and you can't see the light. I don't care. And Yoda, I never muted you ever. Well, you can talk, you can talk all you want. Do you think I give a heck about you? I hear it all the daggone time. So you can talk all you want. I'll never mute you. So that's what it is.
I think, and I see people telling me I'm doing too much at this. I don't see how. I can't look at this season and not say that it wasn't. Yes, okay, the Giants aren't great. I get that 100%. But the other team should have beat them on the way to the playoffs then. You know, the 49ers weren't the greatest of teams. Again, you guys had the chance to take them out. Another team had a chance to take them out. They got there. So it's tough to really say that they weren't good teams.
Like, I'm not giving the excuse, though, dog. I'm not taking that away. But Josh Johnson, bro, y'all started with him early in the first quarter. Now, I'm not making no excuses for Dak in that game against San Francisco. You heard me not make not one damn excuse for my team in that San Francisco game. Not one. I already said Dak played bad. He need to get better. I'm not going to rehash that anymore. Just go back and watch the tape. I said it, so I didn't make no excuses of why we lost that game. But if we're talking real football here and not emotional football, because there's a difference between we're talking real football and emotional football. The real football is that, yes, you guys beat them. True story. But yes, Brock Purdy got knocked out early, and I'm not even saying Brock Purdy was a threat. I'm not even saying that. But I'm sorry. Josh Johnson, once Josh Johnson came in, we all knew the game was over. You knew it was over. I knew it was over. Everybody in the stadium knew it was over. It was over. Josh Johnson was not winning that game in Philadelphia. It was not happening.
No, definitely. But we took him out. That's my thing. I understand that we played Josh Johnson, but we also played Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy couldn't stay healthy. That's not our fault that we have an amazing pass rush. You guys have an amazing pass rush too. If you guys would have knocked him out and won, you wouldn't have been saying anything about it. You would have been saying we in the championship game. It don't matter, dog. And I would have had to say him respect.
You would have been saying Josh Johnson.
I probably would have. So I can't. I really can't.
Like, come on, James.
I can't lie to you. But I mean, real talk though. Boss Cowboy saying that it's not the most dominant in history. I didn't say league history. I didn't say that. I said the past 5 or 6 years. I think it is. I really do think it is. I can't remember a last time that it's just been. We've won. We put up 30 points on the number one defense. We only let them score 7 points. I think we gave up 14 points over the 2 games that we played. I mean, everybody was telling me that these teams were different before we played them, and now that we beat them, now that we've and I'm not even really saying just like you specifically, because I will say when you came on here after you guys lost, you took your whips like a man, bro. I respect it. You ain't sit here and come up with no craziness, but. Before we played the Giants, people were telling me to be a little bit worried about Daniel Jones, the same DJ that you was playing. You guys had a tough time against their backups. You got to be worried. We blew them out, and now it's just the Giants. You look at the San Francisco 49ers, Brock Purdy was going absolutely crazy. I mean, you guys had a great pass rush, and obviously you held him to some of the low. I don't know the numbers exactly, but I'm sure it wasn't the best offensive performance that he's had. So,
he didn't have a good game against us. He looked very normal.
What I'm saying. Yeah, it was. it was one of his worst, of the season. Like I said, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but I'm sure it was pretty bad on the scale of what he did. But we went out there, we knocked that boy into next week, and he couldn't play no more. I'm not saying give me credit because we injured somebody, but at least acknowledge that he left the game because
Y'all
we
knocked
took him out.
Y'all knocked him out the game, but it was kind of like a freak injury. Like that was one of them freak injuries. Where does a guy, when he's getting ready to throw the ball, and we've seen that happen before, get his arm torn? Now he's got to do Tommy John surgery. He's out for a year now. He's probably going to be out 2 years. I just talked to a guy who plays baseball, and he says after the surgery, you're not even good after a year after that. It's like another whole year after that, before that. He said, so this could be like a 2-year injury for this dude. So that was one of them freak injuries that we haven't seen. It was like early. It was like what, within the first 5 minutes of the game?
Yeah.
I mean,
like literally, he gave up. That was bad.
Like Purdy was playing terrible. Like in that first drive, he was moving the ball. He completed 2 passes in the first beginning, and they were moving the ball. And then Hassan Reddick came in there, made a great play, and did what he was supposed to do: get the ball loose from the quarterback, make the sack, make the play. Just happened to be a freak accident, and you guys benefited from it, in my opinion. Now, I'm not hating. You guys are there.
I respect that. I mean, it's true. We did. We took him out. And again, I don't want to sit here and pound my chest about an injury because it's not like I'm proud that we're out here injuring people. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it felt a little bit. I'm not going to say a lie. It's the playoffs. It's the playoffs. All right. You got to go out there and ball out. But it's just the way people are bringing it up. It's like that we played Josh Johnson and nobody else had to play Josh Johnson. We never had to see Brock Purdy. But I understand what you're saying. I definitely agree that it helped us, right? It definitely helped us not really have to do anything. But I want to ask you a question because football and you know me. I like to talk when I get upset and I start talking junk to people. Shout out to Samuel Rowe for the $2 super chat. I'm not going to read that. I'm just going to say go next. All right? Don't make me not like you, Sam. You know what I'm saying? You my dog, bro. Don't talk about our schedule like that. But no, look, I want to ask you, if you were in that situation, if you were Kyle Shanahan in that game, and now you don't have your third string, your fourth string quarterback, you have no quarterback. Are you putting Brock Purdy back out there to just hand the ball off? Essentially, that's all he did. Or are you doing some type of wildcat or something like that?
I mean, I would do what Shanahan did, dog. Come on, I'm not putting no daggone Christian McCaffrey.
He put Purdy back out there.
Yeah, but I don't think they knew the extent of what the injury was. So I think it was a situation I've coached and I've been around it where you've had a kid that's hurt and you really need him. This is a big game, so he may be hurt. You go over to him again. Are you okay? Can you play any? I mean, I've done it. Like, Lord forgive me, I've done it. We've had big games where I've had a kick. Are you okay? Can you do it? So I'm still. This is the championship game. I'm sure they were talking like, "Hey, dog, can you throw a little bit?" Like, I mean, what's up? I'm sure they were talking to him like that. And so I think as a competitor, and how he probably felt bad because he was injured. He probably went out there like, "Hey, I'll try. I'll see what I can do." But like I said, dog, he tore that whole thing, bro, and like it was a complete tear, Tommy John surgery. So it's lucky that he didn't throw the ball and get it hurt even more or worse. So nah, man, I think San Francisco did what they were supposed to do. You had Josh Johnson, maybe that you probably got a different quarterback, but shoot, they were already down to Brock Purdy after losing Garoppolo and Trey Lance. So how many other quarterbacks can you get the backup to the backup to the backup? So it's I think, hey, Shanahan to me did the right thing. If I was coaching, I would have went with this quarterback too and say, "Hey, bro, you've been in the league long enough. Try to make it happen."
See, I would.
No,
especially hindsight is
you said corny.
Say again.
I'm telling Yoda, like you sound corny.
I think he's talking to somebody else. I think he's arguing with
Sam. You just said, "Don't make me not like you, Samuel, because I like you." Yoda, you don't make me not like you because you say some asinine stuff on here. You say the most asinine stuff on here like crazy, bro.
Hey, his team in the Super Bowl. So, he could be asinine right now. his asinine ass in the Super
Y'all
Bowl,
in the
baby.
chip, you can be asinine. You can be in the chip.
He got one more week. The other black got one more week to keep pounding this chest. Now we're gonna see what happens.
Ask this. I want you to answer this though, boss. My dog boss asked this question. I want you to get that. I want you to answer it. He says, so what if you guys lose or you get blown out in this game? Does all that, you know, thing that you did during the season, the wheeling and dealing, if you let's say you get blown out, is that gonna make you feel some kind of way?
If we get blown out, yeah. I mean, look, if we would have lost to, and I think I said this last week, if we would have lost to the 49ers, I would have felt like this season was kind of a waste and you found out who you were. This game, you're in the Super Bowl, it's going to hurt like hell. And I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, if we lose, whatever, who cares? It's not that at all. Not even, I will be hurt. I will be upset. I probably will not talk about it for a little while, but it's going to suck. But I won't feel like it was for nothing. I think you look at a lot of the things that we did this offseason. Obviously, Hassan Reddick is signed for 4 years, or 3 more years, excuse me. A.J. Brown has a 5-year extension. Devontae Smith is going to be here for the long haul. Jalen Hurts is going to be an investment this year. I mean, you can go James Bradbury, we're going to lose. But realistically, if you look at the investments outside of James Bradbury and possibly Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, because I do feel like he'll get re-signed, who are you really losing? I think that a lot of the investments that we made this year were towards the future. And I'm not going to use the famous line that, we're a year ahead, but it is the truth that we are a year ahead of what we were expecting to do. Doesn't mean that I don't think that this Super Bowl means something. Not that I won't get upset if we lose, but I don't think it will be all for naught. And I'm glad you asked that, because honestly, a lot of Eagles fans ask that question too. And a lot of Eagles fans start to say, if we lose this game, it'll all be a waste. Like, I really don't see it like that. You have a very young quarterback that in the optimist's eyes, you're at least getting him this experience. If he doesn't win it, you feel like he's such a young prospect that he can probably come back here. You have a young offense that they can probably come back. So I don't think that it was all for naught. I think that you were trying to build something, and it happened to gel a lot quicker than probably they expected it to. So I don't say all for nothing, but it would hurt. It would definitely hurt. It would definitely suck. I'm not gonna lie about that. I would definitely be hurt.
I would feel the same way. Like if we were in the Super Bowl, I mean, I would feel like, well, we got to the Super Bowl, so you that was the ultimate goal, is to get to the chip. You don't want to lose, but the goal is to get to the chip. So you feel like you did do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Cowboys are hell bent on trying to prove that they can do it their way. And I think that's the issue with us, in my opinion, is that they're so hell bent on showing that, oh, we can do it through the draft and we can do it with our own and we can do it with, signing just some, mid-level free agents. But I've been said, I feel like no matter what, that's why they have free agency, because I've played, and you can have a nice team, but you can get that one player. You could be playing on the court, or you could be playing on the football field, and your squad could be nice, but you could get that one player just happens to come up, and you're like, we got him. And then next thing you know, your squad is super nasty. You feel me? It could be one player that takes your team from being good to great, and being great like every game. Then now y'all just smacking everybody. That's how real it is. I mean, that's been since Pee Wee. You feel me? In Pee Wee sports, that's happened. You know what I mean? So I don't know why it changes when you get older and you're playing in the NFL. How does it change? That's why they have free agency, to help make your team better and help get your team better quicker. Because if you go through the draft is good. You want to replenish through the draft, but the draft may not instantly get you there quicker, because those are young players. You can get you a difference maker, and he could put you right there in the mix and get you to that apex. We've seen it time and time again. One player go to a team and that team just change. And that's why I feel like Dallas is lacking, and maybe that's why we continue to fail.
I am a little bit worried that getting rid of Kellen Moore, maybe this is just an outsider's perspective, but getting rid of Kellen Moore, is something I didn't think Jerry would do, to be 100% honest. So now I'm a little worried that maybe this sets off a chain reaction of things that Jerry wouldn't normally do, and you guys go all in. And if you look at the Eagles, if you look at what happened with Howie Roseman, I think, when I first started this channel, it was like, fire Howie Roseman. We're getting tired of everything he did. But
You was mad at him.
I hated him. I think I still have the shirts ready to sell just in case. Just in case. Man, it was a hashtag and everything, James. I'm telling you. But I'll say this: I think that Nick Sirianni has opened Howie's mind as far as it goes with like draft picks because it's no coincidence that we've gotten a lot better over the past couple of years with our drafts. It's no coincidence that he's getting players that fit schemes more so than just big name players. It's no coincidence that we didn't waste our ammo on a quarterback like Russell Wilson. I think that that's the coach getting into his ear a little bit. So the same might happen. Mike McCarthy might actually get through there and be like, listen, just give me this shot, like trust me real quick and we can do something, because I think your players respond to who you have. I think that I think you look at even just the Dan Quinn and the Micah Parsons thing, like there's a connection there, there's love there, there's real, he wants to play for him. And I think that when you have that as a coach and your GM just allows your coach to coach and just kind of take care of the team, it goes a long way. It goes a very, very long way. So I would be a little bit nervous if you guys started, going crazy in free agency. But what are you even looking? I guess you got to figure out what Mike McCarthy wants you to be. But like, what holes do you necessarily really have? Like, you have good players. I think you have like 7 Pro Bowlers.
We got holes, bro. We need running game because Tony Pollard is up. His contract is up. Zeke needs to. I mean, we all love Zeke, but it's time. It's over, in my opinion. So you need a backfield. You got one receiver in CeeDee Lamb. Michael Gallup just had another surgery on his knee. I don't care if it's minor. It's still a surgery, a multiple surgery. You can't keep having surgeries on your knees as a receiver. So you're gonna look at that, and then I like our 3rd round pick. I know he didn't do anything this year, but we can hopefully see what he can do next year. Jalen Tolbert. We talked about him even in our draft show. And then the cupboard is kind of bare on the receivers. And then when you look on the defensive side of the ball, cornerback, we're going to need cornerback. Guys are up for contracts. Trevin Diggs, his 4th year is up. It could be a holdout, could be nasty. We still need to, get a defensive end. We're getting older on the edges. When you look at our edges, our DeMarcus Lawrence, he's 30 years old. And then who we got on the opposite side of him, Dorrance Armstrong Jr., you know what I'm saying? So we need to replenish that end position, store up on linebacker. So there's all offensive line. We need to, figure out what we're going to do at guard. We need to upgrade. So there's a lot of spots that they definitely need to upgrade and make this, especially on the offense.
Yeah, I can't wait for this draft talk, man. This year we're gonna kill this draft talk because like I was talking to you about kind of the connection that I had for the draft prospects and everything. So we're gonna utilize that and we're gonna have fun with this because I think we're in very opposite situations. Like it's what we're trying to pick, what we're trying to look for in the draft. I think is very different from what the Cowboys are looking for in the draft.
I never said Michael Gallup was better than That's a lie. I said
I think somebody did. I think that might have been Rome came on here and said that. I don't want to put people in.
Never said no Michael Gallup.
And put words in people's mouths, but.
I ain't said that. You're lying.
I would still take Devontae over CeeDee. I think you might have said you would take that. It was close with him.
No, I'm not. You're not. I'm not taking no Devontae Smith over no CeeDee Lamb. No, I'm not.
I would take him.
I ain't saying. I said Gallup was a good number 2, and he's played and he had explosive years when we were talking about Devontae Smith. When Gallup his 2nd year, he had like 66 catches and 1,100 yards. He's a good number 2, but Devontae Smith's better than Michael Gallup. I can admit that.
Big Joker, I need you to find the clip. Find the clip and let us know. So if it, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't remember. I can't remember what I did this morning.
But if I said it, hey, you can get me on it. Joe can play it. I'm not scared.
Exactly.
You heard me say it. Ooh.
Yeah, find it. I definitely want to find it.
You can find it. I'll laugh at it. Okay, you got me.
Yeah, exactly. It's all fun. But yeah, no, I think that it's going to be interesting to see what we do in this draft, right? How many picks do you guys got this year?
I think we got 7. I don't know because we might have some compensatory picks because they love the compensatory picks. So I don't know. We might have extra picks with the compensatory because they don't want to get rid of players. They don't want to trade them. They rather just keep them and let them in their contract and get the compensatory pick, and we can keep building through the draft. Like I said, that philosophy of just staying young and keep building through the draft, it always gives the excuse of, well, we're staying young, so we're always looking for the future. And that's what Jerry Jones says. So that to me is a hidden excuse.
Yeah, Eagles fans are blessed. Eagles fan, we have to be very happy with the GM and owner that we have because we could be stuck in that. And it's funny because Boss Cowboys said the league doesn't want Dallas Cowboys going all in. They would whatever he said. I forget exactly what he said, but it was all lies. It was all lies. And at the end of the day, you guys could go out there and grab all these big free agents. It doesn't really matter. It's about culture and winning culture. You guys haven't had that for like 30 years. So I think it takes more than just 1 or 2 guys. We'll see what happens. I think that you do have a good team. You have a good core of players. I just don't know. I think it'll be intriguing to see how Mike McCarthy really turns up with this offense. He said, "Damn, Joe." Yeah, man, it is what it is. It is what it is, boss. But no, I think it'll be interesting to see how he actually turns up with this team because
About
I don't
this
know what
Super
else he's
Bowl.
gonna do.
Let's talk about this Super Bowl. What you think about them Chiefs? Because I mean, them Chiefs gonna give y'all some problems. I feel like because they don't have a terrible defense. They got a front that can Chris Jones. They got a front. They got some decent corners over there. Where do you feel like y'all need to do to win that game? In your opinion, where do you think you need to win that game for the Eagles to win that game? How they gonna win?
I would say the matchup I want to watch is going to be our offense versus their defense. We have to take advantage of that. I don't think that they're trash. I don't, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that they're on the level of what San Fran was. And I think if you look at what we did against San Francisco, and I said this, even the full week before, I was like, we have to make their key playmakers on defense make decisions. And we did that a lot with our running game, right? You had Fred Warner having to wait 1 second. And that's all you need. Just give us that 1 second. And I think that you have a guy in Chris Jones that's he's going to be moved all over that defensive line. And I could be talking out of my rear end, and that's fine, and I'm going to keep looking up and keep doing my research and everything. But every time I talk to people about the Chiefs, all I hear is about Chris Jones. You got to watch Chris Jones. And I know they got some guys in the secondary. They got a pretty good linebacking core. But I feel like if you can make him make decisions, don't let him wreck things in the backfield, this offense is going to be able to get off. I would love to sit here and act like, hey, my defense is going to go out there and shut down Patrick Mahomes. I just don't know if they will. We'll see what happens. I think that they are. Andy Reid is a very, very, very smart offensive mind, and I'm not going to take that away from him. I know a lot of Eagles fans want to kind of hate Andy Reid this next 2 weeks. I'm not one of them. He's very smart. He knows what the hell he's doing. You look at Patrick Mahomes, you look at Travis Kelce. That's one of the scariest 1-2 punches in the NFL. They're going to most likely get theirs. So for me, it really comes down to this offense getting theirs against, I think, a defense that's right around the middle of the pack when it comes to defenses we faced. I think that your defense is better than them. I think that the 49ers defense was better than them. So I think there's a lot of defenses better than them. So I think that we can eat on the offensive side, but defensively, it's just, try and keep Patrick Mahomes a little bit in a box. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to stop him the whole game, but don't let him be the reason you lose, which is very easy, to happen. But I don't think that they're trash. I don't think they're trash. I have a bet now with Dwayne Bowe, the former wide receiver for the Chiefs. Me and him made a bet now because I just wanted him to come on the show, talk some football, but apparently he wanted to make a friendly bet. So now we got to win. We have to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to have my Cash App said sending to Dwayne Bowe. My girl said I have to pay it if we lose. So
Definitely gonna have to. Like I said, man, this is gonna be a good game. I'm glad. Me personally, I was rather see the Chiefs in there than the Bengals. I just want it, and it's not taking anything from Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow a lot. He's the truth. But I don't know about the whole Bengals team. I know they bang, but I just feel like that Bengals offensive line would have got ate up in that offense against your defensive line in the Super Bowl. They would have got ate up, and Joe would have had problems. I don't feel like Joe is as, mobility is as good as Patrick Mahomes, and how he can, change up things while he's running, Pat Mahomes. So that's why I wanted to see. I want to see your defense go against this type of quarterback, this type of caliber quarterback. Y'all, I don't think y'all seen a caliber quarterback like him all year. So, and they got some speed on that edge, and that will give y'all problems. So I feel like on that aspect, it's going to be really good. And honestly, y'all can say what y'all want, but I want to see what Jalen Hurts. This is going to be a big Jalen Hurts game for me, because guess what? Say what y'all want. He didn't play great in that San Francisco game. All eyes will be on him. For me, he's got to be able to make them passes. He's got to be able to make those big throws, because he wasn't making them in the game, and they went to the run game. But if that gets shut down, they're going to have to put on Hurts. He's going to have to make plays. So that's what I want to see.
I wouldn't say that they went to the run game because he wasn't making throws. I think that that's what was open. That's literally what was open. We weren't. San Fran was shutting down our passing game. There was 2 throws that I
He
can
was
think of.
missing throws, Joe.
Say that again?
He was missing throws.
No, yeah. I was just gonna say, I saw 2 throws that he would normally make that he just kind of whiffed. There was like a streak to Alshon that he kind of just overthrew, and I think there was another maybe a crosser that he overthrew, something like that. Those 2 definitely were not what I expected to see from Jalen Hurts. But I wouldn't say he had a bad game. Sometimes you got to take what the defense is giving you, and 120 passing yards. I know a lot of people look at them and go, "Oh, that's terrible," but he won the game. He didn't turn the ball over.
Didn't turn the ball over.
That's the biggest thing especially against that team. I mean, just don't give them extra chances. The game was won by, like we said, the second quarter. So it's really just don't lose the game for them. And I get why a lot of people get hung up on his passing yards, because I'm one of those people. We've sat here and I've said a lot of things about Jalen Hurts over the years, and I don't, run away from what I said. I have brought up his lack of passing. How do I say this right without sounding like a hater? Like he's not an elite passer. He's not an elite passer of the football, and that's fair to say. And I'll always, I'll agree with that until it's not true. But just win the games. I mean, we've seen elite passers try to do way too much, and Patrick Mahomes can get caught into that. That's kind of the thing. If it does get to the point where our offense, whoever it is being able to move the ball, we're scoring. They're down 10-0, down 14-0. Patrick Mahomes is going to put it all on himself. Whereas Jalen Hurts, he's going to kind of still go to the script and still try to make the running game, still try to do things. So yes, he's not Patrick Mahomes when it comes to throwing the ball. He's not Tom Brady. He's not any of those guys, but he can do enough in the passing game. Evidenced by 2,000-yard receivers. You had a third one on the pace until he got hurt. So, yes, I agree with you. He's not the greatest at throwing the ball, but he does enough for me. And I think that his ability and his willingness to not have to be that guy that throws the ball 50 times to win the game, it is really what helps us win these games, to be real. We play the time possession game, and I think that's what's most important. I was saying this to my girl earlier. It's like with Patrick Mahomes, the only way you're going to keep him from scoring is probably keeping him on the sideline. Like that's your best bet. So I'm cool with Jalen Hurts taking his time, get 2 little 2-yard throws, 4-yard throws. Just keep getting first down. Just keep that offense off the sideline or on the sideline, and I'm cool. Hey, he ain't got to be Brett Favre. I don't know why I said Brett Favre. I hate Brett Favre. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I can't stand no Brett Favre.
Yeah, I don't even know why I brought him up. As soon as I said Brett, I was about to throw it.
Ever like Brett Favre.
So Drew, I read some of you. Let's see what Drew said.
No love affair with no damn Eagles, bro. Like
he loves Lane Johnson, man. He wants to be Lane Johnson's best friend.
As a person, he probably do. They probably mad cool. So if I got a friend of mine who's on the Eagles, right? And I'm gonna wish him luck. Yeah, I would do that. It's not that serious. Like, see, here's the thing. Okay. This is the thing that people need to understand. These players don't have the rivalry like you fans. You understand that? That's the truth. No, they don't. they don't have this rival like you fans do. It's the weirdo fans or the fans that go too overboard with this stuff. Oh, I hate I'm weirdo with it because I hate the Niners, but I'm not that weirdo.
We all weirdos at the end
You
of the
know what I'm saying? But you get what I mean? A lot of these players don't be having no rival like that. They like, okay, like it's not like the 70s and the 80s no more. There's so much of this social media dog. They got so much other things that occupy their time. They don't be on that rivalry stuff like we do. So they talk to these players and they're gonna wish these players luck and good job and all that. And it's these fans that take it overboard. It's not them. So there ain't nothing wrong with him congratulating him going to the Super Bowl. That's weird stuff.
Yeah, I think me, you, and which Rome, you got to talk to Rome, man. Tell Rome I still love him, man. I don't be seeing him in my chat. He don't be talking junk no boy. He hasn't talked to me since they lost. I don't know what's going on. Tell Rome I still love him, bro. But no, I think it was me, you, and Rome talking about it. And it's like people expect us to be in the DMs or when I hit end stream here, they expect us to be like, man, F you. You lucky we got to do this show. F you. Like, nah, bro. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, these players don't give a damn. These players are getting paid either way. So
Right?
I
They
mean,
don't give a damn.
it's that friendly competition for sure. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely that friendly competition that just kind of like Jason Kelsey said about his own brother. He's no longer a Chiefs fan this week. It is, that now it's time to go to war. Now it's time to go out there and fight. But after all after all the game, after all the whistles are blown, that shit don't matter no more. Now everybody a professional. It's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. But I
Yeah.
like it. I will say this, and I don't say a lot of nice things about Micah Parsons ever since he became a Dallas Cowboy because it hurts. It does, but it is nice seeing him become a man because there was a lot of things in Penn State that he did personality wise that were kind of worrisome. There was a lot of things that you can go back to his hazing and all that stuff, and there was just a lot of immaturity in him. And I always thought he was a good kid. I always thought that he was a very, very obviously gifted athlete. But it's nice to now see him becoming a man. And I don't mean that in any condescending way or, I'm bigger than him or nothing like that. It's just nice to see the maturity now. Him being able to say, look, that's my dog, that's my boy. I want nothing but the best for him. I loved that he stood up first take. Like I like the maturity that you're starting to see from him. Are there slip ups here and there? For sure. He's still a grown man, but it is nice to see. I'm a huge fan of him as a person, especially coming out of college. Penn State is my team. But it's nice to see that maturity level really upping and him becoming kind of a role model for you guys. I mean, that's what you want from your players. That's what you want, especially from a top 10 pick. Do you think he is a better top 10 pick than Ezekiel Elliott? I think that's a pretty easy. I think yes, no doubt. But do you think out of the two?
I don't know about that because when Zeke came in, dog, his first 4 years were doggish. Like
Yeah,
Zeke's
he's
first
doing
four
crazy.
years, like he was like breaking. He was ahead of Jim Brown, dog. Like his first 4 years, he was. I don't know about that. He's only played a couple years. I can't say that. I'm gonna have to go with Zeke right now. Especially, I mean, Micah Parsons, when he's come in, has been nasty. But when Zeke came in, they can say what they want. But when Zeke came in, Zeke was an animal.
He was.
2016 animal. And the only reason why he wasn't an animal in 2017 was because of that daggone 6 game suspension. He still got like 968 yards, like in, you know what I'm saying, missing like 6 games. You feel me? And still almost got 1,000. And like I said, them first 4 years of Zeke was, he was monstrous. First 4 years. I can't say that I need to see one more year of Micah do it one more year. Although I love Micah, he's on a whole different level. But when Zeke came in, Zeke was the truth, and he lived up to me all that hype at the fourth pick.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, I mean, Sam just said Michael don't watch out. He don't. That hurt. It really does hurt that he just don't like us, but it is what it is. And I want to downplay Zeke as much as I can because I hate Ohio State. So I was hoping that you, I was hoping you would say that. But you got to find out a super chat right there, brother. Can you read it?
Appreciate
Can you see
Day
anything?
Walker. Day Walker Bond says, "What up, big game? Just want to show my love for my guy. Appreciate you. You're a big time supporter. Been a supporter for a very, 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 very long time. Always love Day Walker. First of all, I love the name Day Walker Bond. I just feel like when I see that, I'll be thinking about, what's that daggone thing that Blade? When he say Daywalker, I think of Blade.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some. There's one dude that always comes in my chat named Show Enough. You ever seen that movie, The Last Dragon? That's my movie. I love that movie.
I love
Some
Show
people come
Enough.
up with the names. Yeah, they come up with the best names. They
Dragon,
come up with- So, last question I want to ask, and last topic I guess I want to bring up because I do want to talk about this. This is kind of happening over the last week. Dak, they're talking about they want to extend them. They're talking about they want to make things work. What does make things work in your mind? What would make things work with Dak in your mind? Are you cool with his contract right now? Just play it out, see what happens. Are you saying let's extend him, try and save some money so you can have a little ammo in the free agency? How do you feel about it?
I don't know how I feel about it right now. I'm just be honest with you. Because his contract, he's got 2 more years on his deal. I want to see him with McCarthy. I think McCarthy has like 2 more years for real. I think this year and next year. So that's going to be key to me to see what really goes on with that. Because I don't want this to continue just to go in circles in that way. And it's no hate on Dak. You know what I mean? If they want to extend them to get more money, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, they extended Dak Prescott. I'm not going to be mad. So it's not going to be that. I mess with Dak. But at the same time, I'm gonna say, let's see this year, with Mike McCarthy, and let's see how it really goes because Mike is putting all the chips on the table. I feel like this needs to be a year, man. I kind of don't want to hear no excuses no more, dog. Like the last couple of years, I don't like the last couple of years of why we finished losing to San Francisco 2 years in a row. I should have definitely beat them this year. So I don't want to hear no excuses this year. That's where I'm at, man, and I don't really care how anybody else feels about it. I don't care. I'm me, and I'm just how I feel about it. And I don't want to hear no excuses from my squad. I don't want to hear no excuses from the coaches. I don't want to hear no excuses from the quarterback. I don't want to hear no more excuses. I want this to get done and get it done. Just get it done. I'm mad that you guys are in there. Jalen Hurts is in there before Dak. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of things are just kind of bothering me. So I don't, and then when I listen to Jerry talking, oh, I seen what the Rams and Eagles did, but if they miss, it's gonna be. It's like I don't want. It's like I just feel like it's just a lot of excuses, man. Stop with the damn excuses. People need to get on their jobs and make this happen because you got the talent to do it. Tired of hearing the same damn thing every year when you got the talent to win. You should have won, and there ain't no excuse of why you didn't win. And I don't want to hear them. And that's just where I'm at with my team. And I told them I ain't been drinking the Kool-Aid. I almost poured it in this San Francisco game. I almost poured it. We was getting the cup ready because we should have won that damn game. That's why I'm getting mad again. I'm getting frustrated and mad again because we should have won that damn game. I just don't want to hear
You
no more.
handling it better than I am. I would. I'll tell you that much right now. If we would have lost against the Giants, this might be our first show back. I would have started this game. I would have started this show like, hey man, it's good to see y'all again.
Yours would be different though because we lost to the Niners and they were what 12-4, 13-4, something like that. The Giants were like 9-7. Hell yeah, I'd be mad too. Like if we played the Giants in the first round or something like that and we lost, man, bro, I would be so pissed because number one, I never believed in the Giants at all, no time at all this year. So for anybody to lose them, I would have been like, what? You know what I'm saying? And even when they beat the Vikings, bro, nobody believed in the Vikings. Nobody believed the Vikings were going to do anything. Nobody ever believed the Vikings were going to do nothing. So that wasn't no surprise from us. Like the Giants did something great by beating the Minnesota Vikings. They were no threat.
Facts. Yeah, I picked, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I picked the Giants to win against the Vikings. But yeah, I agree with you 100,000. And I even said that I thought that the Giants would be better coming into the season. So It was, like you said, no hate or anything. It's just we knew who they were and we showed them who they were, again. Shout out to Big Joker with the $5 super chat, said James. So we should keep throwing when we up 14 to 21 points just to make Hurts look good and get walked down the Jags. We walk down like the Jags walk down. It's got 17 points. That is true.
Did get your super chat on because he said it 17 times in the chat before he gave the super chat. So I've seen it 100 times already when you're rolling. I mean, how many times can you write it, big dog? How many times can you
That's hilarious. I mean, yeah, I like that. That was a nice way. I thought it was like a serious question, and then I saw the end of it, and I was like, "Yes, bro. Yes, big Joker." Hey, man, that's the fun part of it.
That's the
This
fun
is
part.
it. This is it. It comes down to this. I'm either going to be made fun of a lot because apparently if we lose
Yeah,
this
and
game,
make sure y'all have all that energy. I'm just gonna say this, Joe, not you, because you know what, you're calm with it. But you guys
sometimes
are in here. What's his name? I gotta remember the names. I'm gonna go back through this chat.
you got
I gotta
Drew.
remember Yoda
I'll
Black,
snitch real quick.
Drew,
Yeah, you got Drew. You got
Yoda
Yoda Black.
Black, Big Joker, Show Enough 215, something like that. All y'all that was talking, make sure you in here, because if you lose, don't come with excuses. Oh, well, at least we made it and you didn't. At least we've been to the Super
You can
Bowl
always say that.
2 times in 5 years. But at least we did that. And what's Dak done did? Dak ain't been to a Super. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay? I don't want to hear none of that. Especially if you get your ass whooped. I don't want to hear none of them excuses like y'all said that. Okay? Don't want to hear it. None of it. Don't come with it. Don't do it, because I'm on your head.
Hey, you know they're coming hot. You know they're gonna come hot no matter what. But we
Now,
gonna
yo,
win.
you
We
can come
gonna
with them
win.
excuses. You have to thwart
We gonna
them.
win. James, I feel good. You know why I'm so calm, James? I'm gonna tell you. This is how I'm gonna lay it down real quick. The Eagles. I was asked the other day, what is the most special
Drew,
part of
hold
this?
up. Drew already come with his excuse. See, Drew already said his excuse. He said, "Yep, we can say that. You can't." Yep, Drew already got an excuse, so he's out the equation. Hey, Joe, we're gonna leave Drew out of it. He done already showed himself that he coming with excuses
Come on,
already.
Drew. You gotta hold that card back,
Yeah,
brother. You gotta hold that card back.
Drew scared. Drew scared, Joe. So Drew's out
Very
the
scared.
equation. We're removing him because he already
He's like,
he's scared.
look, I'm gonna say it like this because I got asked yesterday. Shout out to my guy Jacob, man. They do a Green Bay Packers podcast, and he just wanted me to talk about the Giants. I mean, about the Eagles. But he asked a great question. He asked what was the most special part of this season so far, and it wasn't the 14 wins. It wasn't the blowing out the Giants. It wasn't blowing out San Fran. It wasn't watching the Cowboys lose. The most special part of this season is how many panties we got in a bunch. There is so many people mad at the Eagles. And now I kind of get it as a Cowboys fan, because you tell me this all the time. How, people hate y'all, this, that, y'all one of the most hated teams. I understand it now. I get what it feels like now, because I've never seen so many people just make up things to tell us how bad we are. So that's probably my favorite part of this season, and I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss the consistent hate, the constant, well, this didn't happen. Well, that didn't happen. Well, all that. I'm gonna miss it all, and that was the best part of the season. I love it, and I love being on top, man, because this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? But you got another $2 super chat.
I
Yeah, I
don't.
like that one.
God, man.
You
Okay,
should have sent that to me, but you can read it. It was yours, bro.
we ain't listening to no Harold. We ain't listening to no Harold. We are not listening to him. We appreciate the $2 holla. We are not listening to Harold at all. Nothing. Nobody ever listens to Harold. Anything he says in life, in sports. Don't listen to Harold. Anything he says in sports. That's my dog. But don't listen to him in sports. He will lead you astray.
We appreciate you over here, Harold. You more than welcome to the Philly side.
Yeah, hey, go on over there.
$2 super chat.
Go on over there, Harold, because your Houston Texans ain't doing nothing. He all jumping up and down because they got D'Amico Ryans. That's good, be good. But you know what? D'Amico said he didn't want to go over there, no rebuilding. Now he did. That makes me think he ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I love D'Amico Ryans, man. Obviously, he played for the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? He was just awesome, bro. Like, even when he was playing for us, a lot of people were talking about how he was going to be a head coach soon because he just had that respect in the building. So it's going to be tough in Houston. It definitely is. But I love D'Amico Ryans, man. It was tough having to do him like that last week. You know, it's just like, bro, you should have just stayed with the Eagles, man.
No,
You can't
no.
just stay with the Eagles.
I just really want the Chiefs to beat y'all's heads in because I just want everybody back in the chat, man. I mean, I just want all y'all back in the chat, man. Because I'm gonna go ham. I am. I'm. If you want to say I'm mad, big mad, call it what you want. I don't really care. I'm
Big
just
Mad
coming.
James.
Yeah, big mad. I'm mad. And don't lose because I'm don't lose. I'm not. I'm gonna be relentless. All chat, like the whole chat.
So starting next week after the Super Bowl, right? The next show is going to be before the Super Bowl. So I'm lying. We'll probably at least talk a little bit about the draft coming up on the next show. Probably just go over maybe something about it, but we'll probably still kind of stay on the Super Bowl a little bit. But I want to do a quick little shameless plug if you don't mind. If you guys are, Eagles fans, or if you're a Chiefs fan, or if you just want to watch an interview about the Super Bowl, I did have an interview with my guy. Wow, I'm really spacing on his name right now. Wow. Did I really just forget my guy's name? Oh my God, because I'm over here reading the chats.
Look at you. See, you looking at that chat. You see, you looking at that chat getting on me. See, look at you.
People get me mad in the chat right now, bro. People get me mad in the chat.
Call
But
me.
no, I just I just had an interview with Dwayne Bowe, man, the former wide receiver for the Chiefs. And he's actually, I guess, best friends with the Migos and everything, because I caught him on the way to the studio. But it was a cool little 15, 20-minute talk. So definitely go check it out if you guys want to. I really appreciate it. But other than that, see, look at that. Eastside came on over to the right side. Welcome to the family, Eastside. Welcome to the family, Harold.
Keep throwing the holler. Just keep throwing the holler. Just keep
Thank you for the $2 super chat. Got to root for that boy from Houston. I respect it. But yeah, no. Other than that, I am supposed to be talking about Houston. I am supposed to be getting Dante Hall on the show. Hopefully next week. Just trying to lock down a time. So hey, that boy from Houston too. He got love for it. So other than that, though, you got anything you want to say to these beautiful people before they start pissing me off about these?
No, just like I said, I'll just say it one more. I'll say it one more time, and you too, Jason Reese. Make sure you're in there because you're running your mouth. So, but all y'all that been doing all that chirping and all this, we in the chip, we this Dallas sus, cow turds, whatever the hell. That's fine. That's cool. That's fine. Drew, you're out the club, Drew, so you don't count. So he's already scared. But yeah, my last words is, hey, like for real, nah, just all talking trash. We just talking trash. But I appreciate everybody that was in the chat. Please appreciate everybody that was in here. We're getting ready to do the draft. We're getting ready to do our thing. I'm getting excited for that. So make sure you're in there supporting it. We're gonna really go ham in the draft. Got a lot of draft things going on. Period. Continue to support it. And then, like I said, getting ready for the Super Bowl. I hope them Chiefs get that victory. Going after y'all and in the chat. We're gonna have fun with it. Please don't take it personal. Don't get in your feelings. Please don't get in your feelings. But I'm gonna talk a lot of trash. Please don't just don't get in your feelings. It's gonna be okay because I'm gonna go.
I lose, man. I can't deal with it. If we lose, I got to deal with you. I got to deal with Dwayne Bowe. Apparently, I know Dante Hall already gonna talk junk because he already talks junk. I can't do it. He's a Houston Astros fan. I had to hear him talking about the Astros winning it. Houston's got enough love, man. I need my Eagles to win this game. That's all I'm going to say. The Eagles need to go out there and one more game. Hashtag get the job done. We not done yet. All those good hashtags. Put them on this game, man. This is time.
Hashtag Pat Mahomes.
Hashtag Patty. Let me not say it. Mac, we about to whoop his ass.
Hashtag Andy Reid revenge tour. Me remember what you Eagles did to him.
He better not. Andy Reid better do one for the city. He ain't never win a championship for the city. This is your time, Andy. This is your time.
Two of them, man. Since you couldn't do it over there in Philly, you couldn't do it there. We all remember that.
Walker came on over to the green side, dropped a $2 super chat, said, "This for Kleenex after KC put the flour on y'all." Man, first of all, Kleenex is way more expensive than $2 nowadays. I'm gonna get that little travel pack. You know what I'm saying, for $2. But man, we better not lose, bro. We better not lose. Jason Kelsey better go out there and beat his little brother up. That's all I care about. Go out there and win this game, man. But I'm excited. I'm definitely
I can't wait. I'm getting excited now. Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Let's do it.
Come on, Patty.
I need you to go. Show me you that guy. Show me that you that guy. Turn up on these boys. Just destroy this defense, please, Pat Mahomes. Go ham on these boys. Just throw. I need a career high 475, 4 touchdowns. You know, an MVP. I need all that. I need that Pat Mahomes.
Real talk, Patrick Mahomes could go off, right? I mean, Tom Brady went off against us, threw for 500 yards and still lost. So I don't care how they. I said this the other day. He could score 1,000 points as long as we score 1,001. I'm gonna be okay getting out of this game. I want to win this game, but hey, it's gonna be a great game. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But other than that, man, I appreciate everybody that's in the chat, man. We got 100 people in the chat between both chats. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe wherever you are. I know I speak for both of us when I say we appreciate all the super chats and all the engagement, man. But yeah, like James said, we about to start this draft talk. I'm excited about the Super Bowl, but draft is like, it's like a different excitement. Like I've been looking forward to this since about week 14. If I'm being 100% honest, I love draft talk, so I'm excited to get this going. I know Boss Cowboy's nice with it. I know there's a couple Cowboys content creators that are nice with that draft talk. So we'll definitely get them on here. And like I said, we definitely are going to get some great content for you guys. But other than that, now, you got anything you want to say before I sign off here now? You good? All right. So that is James. I am Joe, and we are the best of enemies. Peace!
We're brothers. We're happy and we're